So today we're going to be reviewing the Motorola Droid 4 from Verizon. First, let's start with the basics. It has a 4-inch Gorilla Glass touchscreen. It has a full slide-out QWERTY keyboard with numbers. It has two cameras, a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera with a flash. The front camera is 1.3 megapixels and the rear camera is 8. So the top has an audio jack, and then on the sides there's a USB port and the HDMI port. There's a lock button on top that takes you to the lock screen, and you can unlock it by sliding the lock thing over, or you can change the volume, or if you need to take a picture really fast, you can just go right to the camera, which is nice. The camera on it is surprisingly good. It's like 8 megapixels, so it's not that great, but you know, it's pretty good for a phone. I take some pretty nice shots with it, and it says it's HD video, but it's not real HD. It's like phone HD, which isn't quite up to snuff what we do, but you can have flash, auto on or off. You can have different scenes, like if you're taking portraits or landscape shots, sport, night mode, sunset, macro, and low light. That makes it like an actual camera. You know, you can have those different things. You can do different filters or effects, as they call them, like black and white, sepia, negative, you know, the standard stuff. The flash is pretty good, like the auto flash. It works pretty well. Here, I'll show you. Take a picture. It has 16 gigabytes of internal storage and up to a 32 gigabyte micro SD card slot. If you get it from Verizon, you have 4G LTE capabilities. The buttons on the bottom, this one's to get to the menu. You have a home button to just takes you home to the home screen. So if you're in an app, you just hit the home button and it takes you home. And you can customize which screen you want as the home. There's a back button that just takes you back. And there's a search button that you can change to search what you want, like text messages, internet, the phone, like contacts. I just have it searching Google. The speaker on the back is actually quite loud, surprisingly, for a phone. You can get it cranked up pretty loud if you like to rock out to your tunes. So the back comes off it's nice, it's good, and it's bad. It's kind of bittersweet. You can take it off only by pushing down. There's a little button right here, and it comes with a little pushy thing, but of course I lost it. And then on the back, on the inside, the thing that I don't like about this phone, like this is the major downfall, is look at this. Zoom in right there. The battery is not removable, which is a downside for two different ways as I can see it. One is the battery life. If you're using the phone quite a bit, like all day, it runs out of batteries. And on my old phone, I could take the battery out, and I bought an extra battery, and I just had both of them charged, and I could switch in and out throughout the day. But with this, I can't take the battery out, so I can't put another one in, and it runs out halfway through the day, and I'm screwed. Another downside to not taking the battery out is, this doesn't happen often, but once in a while my phone will like spaz out, you know, or an app will be glitchy and you can't exit out of it. And before, I could just take the battery out of my phone and it would shut down. This doesn't do that, and so you can press the lock button on the top and the down volume button, and that will actually turn the phone off and restart it. But not taking the battery out, it's a downfall. You can lift this little rubber thing that keeps the SIM card in, and then on top of that is the micro SD card slot. and you can put up to a 13 gigabyte card in there again. Which isn't too expensive. They're getting a lot cheaper. I just bought a 16 gigabyte card a couple months ago, and now the 32 gig cards are the same price as that 16, so technology, it's shifting. It only has a gigabyte of RAM, which is pretty good, seeing how this is just a phone. I had a computer that had a gig of RAM. Watching videos, it takes a minute for them to load, but you know, again, it's not that bad. It has 4G LTE capabilities depending on where you are. So I don't have the standard launcher that comes on the Motorola Droid. I think it comes on all Android devices. I don't have it because I don't like it that much. I have the Go launcher, and the main reason I have it is so in the apps I can have a folder for apps, different folders, and that way I only have 2 pages of apps instead of like 10, because pretty much everything's in folders. I also didn't like the standard browser that comes on it because it was slow and it was just like hard to use. It was hard to get between different tabs and stuff. So I got the Dolphin Browser. Like I can have Facebook open or whatever you want open. And then also on the Dolphin Browser, there's a thing called Gesture, and you can just draw what you want to go to. Like I just drew a G. The processor in it is pretty good. It has a 1.2 gigahertz dual core processor, which is good. It doesn't have a radio, which Chad's phone does, and that's pretty sweet. But you can still do internet radio. Overall, it's a pretty good phone. I don't think I would have gotten the QWERTY keyboard, the slide-out keyboard. I did, because at the time I had just been coming from a phone that had a slide-out keyboard, and I thought I needed it, but I don't even use it that much. After I've had this phone for a while, I wish I had gone with the Droid Razr from Motorola, personally, because it doesn't have the slide-out keyboard, and I don't even use it that much. But overall, this phone it's pretty darn good. So if you like the slide-out keyboard, and you're a non-iPhone fan, which is you should be, then this is the phone for you.